सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
A very good evening to all of you. This is me, Neev Goswami, welcoming you all in a very special show, which is Sahyog. The show you're watching right now on PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12 and on our official YouTube channels, which are NCERT Official and NCERT PM eVidya class 6 to 12. So, speaking about this show is specially designed for the mental well-being of your child, which is an initiative of MANODARPAN, which is an initiative of Ministry of Education, Government of India. And today the topic that we have bring for you and the topic that we choose to talk about is cyberbullying among adolescents. And to talk about this, we are joined by two of our guests. And number one guest is Tanya Tripathi, who is an assistant professor in education, RIE Bhubaneswar. And the second guest is Dr. Megha Sharma, who is a counselor and guest faculty in Uttaranchal University. A very warm welcome to both of you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you so much, Megha ma'am. Thank you so much, Tanya ma'am, for joining us. But before we start this session with both of you, here's a piece of information for all our viewers, and that is, if you have any question from us, if you have any query for us, so you can directly call us on a number, and the two numbers are flashing on your screen. Number one is 844-844-0632 and the another number is 8800440559. With that, if you have any feedback for us and you want to give, and with that, if you want to ask any questions, so feel free to ask us in our live chat box on YouTube. So let's start this very important session. If we talk about cyberbullying, Megha ma'am, firstly, I just want to ask from you. First, I just want to know what is bullying and what are the various types of bullying.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share something, to give a depth insight about cyberbullying and bullying. If we want to understand this concept, cyberbullying among the adolescents, how they can respond and how they can prevent the cyberbullying, first it is very important to understand the concept of bullying. So what is bullying? Bullying is basically a repetitively aggressive behavior where someone is intentionally causing harm, discomfort and intimidation to another person. As it's a repetitive behavior with an intention of hurting somebody. It can be to one person or a group of a person by another person or a group. It can be. Basically, if we talk about bullying, bullying is generally use the force, coercion, hurtful feeling, teasing, comments in order to show in order to show abusive, aggressive and dominant behavior. So that is bullying. It's all about the imbalance of physical and the social power. Generally, the person who experiences bullying, who often has a less power to defend themselves. And as it's a harmful behavior, it can be physical, verbal, social, sometimes relational also, emotional and technology, where the use of technology is also there that we will study, come to know in cyberbullying. And it typically happens over a time, and it won't be wrong if we say that bullying is a subcategory of a aggressive behavior. So this is all about bullying. Short introduction about the bullying. Now I just want to tell my audience types of bullying, that what are the different types of bullying. If we discuss the types of bullying, very commonly total four types of bullying is there, but two are very commonly observed, that is physical bullying and verbal bullying. If we talk about physical bullying, it involves harming someone's body or possession. That includes hitting, kicking, pushing, breaking someone's belongingness, or it can be stealing, showing. Or one thing about physical bullying is that it is rarely the first form of a bullying which a victim used to experience. In this type of bullying, the main weapon of a bully is his body and power, which he used to exert on another person. And in adolescence, if we are talking about adolescence, they can have a very adverse effect of this physical bullying on their mental health, and it can be very fatal for them in long term also. Then the next category, next type of bullying, that is verbal bullying. Verbal bullying involves saying, writing mean things. Examples can be teasing somebody, taking inappropriate comments, or threatening someone. That comes under verbal bullying. Verbal bullying is one of the most common type of a bullying. And what happened in this bullying, it is generally conducted by speaking, and here the use of body language and voice is there. It does not involve any physical contact. Generally, it doesn't involve. And here, the main weapon in the verbal bullying is voice only. Okay, so this is all about physical and verbal bullying. Next slide, please. Then the next type of bullying is social and relational bullying, which is also considered to be a social aggression. Sometimes it refers to be the social aggression because it's all about defaming the person, defaming the social image and the social reputation of a person, hurts someone's relationship or social standing, which may include spreading wrong information about the person intentionally or unintentionally. It's all about excluding someone from the group, from any social group, any on social media. Just exclude somebody, that can be a type of social bullying, or embarrassing somebody on public forum. That's why it is considered to be the social aggression. Here, in this social bullying, the social image and the reputation is targeted. I give the example, just making somebody feeling left out. That is the good example of relational or social bullying. And what happened in this type of bullying is generally not overt. It is continue for a long time without being noticed. It is not even noticed also for a longer period. So that's happened in a social or relational bullying. And at last, that is cyberbullying. Here we are using technology. Here the use of technology is there. It can occur online by digital devices, because 24 into 7 now we are have a very good access to the internet, especially students, adolescents. They are addicted to that. And many social media sites are available for them. On that, text they can text messages, emails, and many examples which may include sending threatening messages, sharing embarrassing photos. Now the Photoshop, that is very popular. We can of any photos, and that can be spread on social sites and spreading rumors online. Here, the basically the use of technology is there in order to harass somebody, in order to threaten somebody, to embarrass somebody, and to target somebody. And it is very common nowadays, very common. Next, please. Next slide. We have already talked about cyberbullying, that cyberbullying use the social digital platforms. It use all the social media, texting, emails, just to harass, just to threaten, just to target somebody. It can take any forms, such as spreading rumors that we have already discussed, sending harmful messages, and sharing private information, any information which we don't want to, we don't want that should be public. That should be public, but that is spread on these social sites. So that is cyberbullying. Okay. Next. There are different types of cyberbullying. is also there. That is very commonly it is faming, sending angry, rude messages meant to cause conflict, frustration. That thing can be there. Then in students, this is also seen doxing. That is publishing private information, identifying the information, knowing, exploring somebody, knowing more and more about that person just to get the personal information. They are deliberately, we are excluding someone. This thing is very commonly seen in adolescence, that deliberately excluding someone from an online group, just grouping on online group, excluding somebody. Then impersonalization is also being observed, that is pretending to be someone. They pretend with a false identity and just harm the reputation of other person. And harassment is also that repetitively some messages which are disturbing, hateful
Yes.
messages are there which may be disturbing. And it can be in the form of sending mean text to someone. It can be in the form of pranking someone's cell phone, or it can be in the form of hacking into someone gaming sites. Very commonly cyberbullying used to take place on gaming sites, also on social networking, editing social networking profile is also very commonly seen, that students use to do just to bully somebody. They just added the social networking profile of somebody, and they also create the fake account with the name of that.
Yes.
Yeah, they become very rude. Sometimes on these the social networking sites, they spread secrets, rumors about the person's false information, and sometimes they pretend to be someone else to intentionally to spread the hurtful and the hateful messages, which is very, very much disturbing for the students.
Yeah,
So this
definitely.
is all about the types of bullying.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely, Megha ma'am. We have all understood what is bullying and how many types of bullying are there, and cyberbullying, we are focusing on it. But Tanya ma'am, I would like to come towards you, and I really want to know that why is it important to address cyberbullying issues among adolescents?
Yes. So here, if we see, there are two aspects. First one, can you please change the next slide? Okay, thank you so much. So here, if we see, there are two important aspects. One is cyberbullying, which is very, very trending and is upcoming. Plus you have adolescence, right, which is a transition phase. So when something is upcoming and there is a transition phase and there is more usage of digital media here, so it is very important that we address adolescents about the cyberbullying. So first point here, if we go with 24/7 access, that means now everybody, every other person has access, has digital access, has internet. So what happens is victims cannot easily escape from the cyberbullying whenever it happens. So it is not easy to just take themselves out of that situation, because you are constantly being cyberbullied because of the constant 24/7 access. Next, if we see, it reaches wider audience. That means as we say that everything is just a click away. So you click and your information goes to everybody else around the world. So wider audience is another reason why we need to address cyberbullying and we need to prevent it. Can you please go to the next slide? Okay, next is anonymity. So you can be, like as ma'am said, impersonation. So that means it can be anonymous as well. You will never be able to understand that who that person actually is, who is cyberbullying you. So you never know who that person is. So that is why also we need to understand about what is cyberbullying and how do we rectify what is that. Then we have is the long lasting effects. So once you are cyberbullied, so everything now takes a toll on our mental health. So this also has a long lasting effect where you can be depressed, where there can be disorders of sleeping, eating, there can be emotional damage, there can be intellectual damage. So it can actually change a person from what a person really was. Okay, next slide please. And now seeing about why only adolescents, like most importantly adolescents should be, is because there has been a study conducted by WHO uh, in health behavior in school age children, which is HBSC study, where they have found a significant increase in the levels of cyberbullying among adolescents. The first one, if we see here, is cyberbullying others. Like, who are cyberbullying others? So where there are very less people who actually report that they have cyberbullied, and it's mostly with the boys who report that okay, they have cyberbullied, and okay, some 9% of the girls have only reported that. And if we see the data, we see that from 2018 it has increased from 11% to 14% in 2024, and from 7%, 6% to 9% in within girls. So this is about the cyberbullying, who have cyberbullied others. Now if we go to who have been cyberbullied, who have been a victim of cyberbullying. So yes, so if we see how many have been victim of cyberbullying, we have is 15% of adolescents have experienced cyberbullying, with the rates closely aligned between boys 15% and girls 16%. So it has also increased. There has been a significant increase from since 2018, from 12% to 15% in boys, and from 13% to 16% for girls. So we see the amount of increase, the way cyberbullying crimes are increasing. So it is definitely a topic of discussion, and we really need to address it to all the adolescents, also the other people. But since adolescence is a transition phase where students somewhere they are confused about what they are doing, how do they need to proceed to. So that is why we need to see cyberbullying and how that happens, how we can prevent, especially among the adolescents.
Yeah, definitely we need to address cyberbullying, as we have shown in the data that how it is increasing between boys and girls. But Megha ma'am, I just need a crisp answer from your side, and my question would be from you is that what is the impact of cyberbullying on adolescents, and how should a victim respond to cyberbullying?
Yes. Next slide, please.
Sure.
Change the slide, please. The very first thing that comes, that how the cyberbullying happens. Before taking that how the person should respond to the bullying, it happens to the social media platform. We all know it can be Facebook, it can be Instagram, it can be Twitter, it can be by messaging apps like WhatsApp, Snapchats, or Messenger, or very commonly by online gaming also, communities where multiple players are there and conflict is there between them, and then they go for this bullying. And on public forum also, some blogs are there, Reddit, YouTube's comments, and that creates conflict, and that creates sometimes creates bullying amongst the adolescents. Next slide, please. Now let's discuss the very important thing, that is the impact of cyberbullying on adolescents. Cyberbullying is something that is going to impact the mental, emotional, and physical health of adolescents. Unfortunately, one thing is there about bullying, that bullying is common, very common, and very commonly observed among schools, colleges. And cyberbullying is a darker side of the technology. Yeah, it is a darker side of the technology. Students who are bullied by the other, it can be in school, it can be in colleges, are more likely to develop depression. And what happens when they are depressed? The most common sign that can be observed when they are depressed, that includes sleep problem, eating disorder, appetites get changed, emotional disturbance generally happens, even the thought of suicide start coming in them. And the children who experience depression may also lose interest in recreational activities, which can bring happiness to them. They may lose enjoyment in the activities that is fun filled for them. Generally this thing happens. And one more thing that is generally observed in the victims, that bullying can also make the students more likely to the anxiety. they are depressed, they feel anxiety, apprehension feeling is always there, and anxiety may develop the reason behind which the anxiety can be there, because the students have a fear that they can be bullied at any turn, at any moment they can be bullied. So what happens when the student feel anxiety, so that hampers the social relationship of the child also. He doesn't interact with his friends, peers, and teachers. This thing also is observed in the victims of cyberbullying. Their social relationship also get hampered, and bullying can make it harder for the kids to achieve the academic success. That is also get hampered, and further it can leads to the loss of self-esteem, that is lost self-confidence. They found difficulty in getting concentrate over one topic, and sometimes it also increase the self-criticism, self isolation also get increased, and it can leads to the physical injuries, sometimes social problems, emotional traumas, and even death also.
That's
Cyberbullying on the adolescents. Next
yeah,
slide,
yeah.
please.
That's a serious issue. But ma'am,
Yeah, that need to be.
yeah, we have some shortage of time, and I would like to come towards the Tanya ma'am, as we are just closing this session. So the one last question that I would like to ask from Tanya ma'am is that, and that is, what are the legal consequences of cyberbullying?
Yes. So now, as we have seen that it's a very serious upcoming issue, so we need to discuss about what are the legal consequences if you cyberbully someone. So that is very important, and we have now seen that there for different countries you have different kinds of rules, and especially if we see, for example, UK, malicious communication laws can be applied to cyberbullying cases, and depending upon the location, depending upon the country, so there are different jurisdiction laws which have been made in order to do a legal procedure for cyberbullying, whoever is doing cyberbullying. So please, can you shift to the next slide? Thank you. So Indian laws for cyberbullying. So as we know that recently the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita was released, where you have provision for all different kinds of crimes, and also now they have included cyberbullying as well in this. And so if we are to see what exactly happens with cyberbullies is, please next slide. Thank you. So section 111 says cyberbullying that involves organized criminal syndicates is punishable under provisions for organized crime. So cyberbullying comes under organized crime, and these can be harassment, blackmail, intimidation conducted online. So if all such things are found, you may be punished. Then also section 57 recognizes digital records including social media content, primary evidence in court, and these records enhance your prosecution of cyberbullying. So as we say, anything which comes to internet never goes away from it. So once you post something, once you comment, once you give some statement online, it always stays there in the, not if you feel if it is deleted, it is never deleted, it is always there. So all that upholds as a evidence for your prosecution. So all these are important for cyberbullies to understand, to stop doing all of that, and create a positive online environment for all of us.
Yes, definitely there is a need to create that positive environment for all of us, and I really want to thank to both of my guests to like they have decoded this cyberbullying among adolescents. Thank you Tanya ma'am for joining us. Thank you,
Thank you
Megha
so much
ma'am for joining us for this session. Thank you both of you. Okay. So now it's a wrap from our side, as this was the last session of our day, but don't go anywhere because tomorrow we'll join you once again on the eve of Diwali. So what will bring to your door? Let's take a look. So the schedule that we are having for tomorrow is that from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. we'll bring up with the subject science of class 7th, where we are going to cover topic physical and chemical changes. From 2:30 to 3 p.m. we'll have a subject mathematics where we are going to cover topic triangles part 2. From 3 p.m. We'll just discuss about subject Hindi where the topic is Pahad se Uncha Aadmi, and from 3:30 p.m. we'll have a class 8th topic, class 8th social science, and the topic is Bharatiya Samvidhan Bhag 2. And from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. we'll have our Sahyog session just like today, and the topic is interventions of adolescent substance use. So this is it for today, and this is me, Goswami, signing off, taking a leave for now, but wishing you all a very happy and prosperous Diwali in advance. Take care of yourself and enjoy this Diwali. Thank you so much for joining us once again.
सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।